we have some flour, we have some green bell peppers, red onions, tomatoes, vegetable oil, oregano, as the Italians will say, and of course, Tasty Tom is represented, as is Kivo pepper. Can you guess what we're making? Don't bite your tongue doing it. Don't rack your brains too hard. Let's go for a break. But before we go, I did mention my precious sponsors, and I'd like to acknowledge them properly. Kivo Pepper, they're doing the Lord's work on the market and in kitchens all over Ghana and in the sub-region of West Africa. And I hope around the world, Ghanaians and Africans are going to push the brand because look, the pepper is potent. If you like spice, then you know that Kivo hot pepper is for you. But they have interesting things too. There's a rosemary powder, which I think is very revolutionary. I keep saying it. So you don't have to be chewing rosemary sticks in your food, but you still have the wonderful flavor of that spice, of that herb. And then there's what I call the triple threat. 3-in-1, garlic, ginger, onion, all in a nice little pouch for you. And then there's a stew mix, lots of brilliant things there. Then we come to Tasty Tom. Ufa kakra, na ye bebre. A little does a lot. In English, that's the translation. Those who want to flex, I'm going to say it. We've got the jollof mix. Oh my goodness, I can't stop raving about this thing. If you are a jollof lover, but you don't have time to go through the whole process, and you know jollof, you can easily get it wrong. The consistency of the sauce, if it's bad, then your rice goes terribly, terribly, terribly awry. The jollof mix, Tasty Tom jollof mix, it sorts all those problems out. And then you add a bit of the spices. So now there's a jollof spice from Tasty Tom. There's a stew spice, kicks it up a bit, zhuzhes it up a bit. You have a shrimp spice, you have beef, you have chicken, and the one that we've known and loved from the Tasty Tom stables, the enriched tomato mix, the tomato paste. So that's still there. Hasn't gone anywhere, but now the family of Tasty Tom is bigger. So let's go for a break. And when we come back, I'll introduce my guest. He's very special. He's very brilliant. He knows his way around the kitchen like nobody's business. And then we get cooking. Welcome back. This is Still What's Cooking right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Apiorkor. Now, it's time for me to introduce my guest. He's a very interesting individual, for many reasons, because he's one of those people, you meet him and he's very unassuming. He's quiet, he's got a vibe about him. So there's something special, but when he tells you what he does and where he's coming from, then your mind is blown. And when he gets down in the kitchen, there's no way you can forget the experience of his food, of his handiwork. So Chef Steve is here. Round of applause for Chef Steve. Welcome. And so Chef Steve is a pastry chef, and I'll let him explain what that means. There are a lot of different kinds of chefs. We've had several of them on the show, but just for education purposes, it's always good to know so that those who want to be chefs, you know the kind of chef that you will be or that you'd like to be. Chef Steve is a pastry chef. He's also the CEO of Stedner School of Baking, not just in Ghana, but they have an outfit in Liberia as well. So he's taking it continental. I told you, mind-blowing gentleman. So we're going to speak to him, and then we also do some cooking. Hi, Chef Steve.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. Yourself?
Good. I'm well. I like your hair. I like the vibe.
Thank you.
Good. It's good to have you here. Now, Chef, you are a pastry chef.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Okay, so when you say I'm a pastry chef, I'm more into baking stuff.
Okay.
So we have bakery that consists of bread, making varieties of bread. We have pastries, that's varieties of pastries like the croissant, the pizza, and the rest. Then we have cakes.
Okay.
Then we have cream cakes and anniversary cakes. That's mostly like birthday cakes.
Okay.
Then we have chocolate, how to temper chocolate and mold your own chocolate and all. And then into desserts as well.
See, he's given us all look, so it's a range of things. And Chef, I have an apron for you.
All right, thank you very much.
Chef, I think a lot of people, when they think of chefs, they only think of frying and steaming. So for you to talk about the things that a pastry chef does. Very interesting, because we can use a lot of pastry techniques even for our normal everyday meals. It doesn't just have to be the desserts or the cakes, but other things that we eat as well. Okay, so today what are we making?
Okay, today we are making pizza.
Okay,
quesadilla pizza.
Quesadilla, one of my favorites. Okay, so that's why we have the flour, and then that means chicken is going. We're going to use chicken as well.
Chicken breast, yeah.
Chicken breast. Okay, then I'm ready for you. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. So, chef, tell me. So I have 2 questions for you, and we can start. We'll just talk while we're going along. But my first question is, what made you interested in cooking? You know, or in the culinary arts, to the extent that you went the pastry way. You know, you didn't stop at the rice and the jollof, but you've gone all the way to become a pastry chef. What made you interested in
So I think I grew up with my mom, growing up with my mom. My mom used to send me to Mokola to get the stuffs for cooking, mostly in the weekend. So like it all started from there.
Okay.
Then after school, probably I wasn't getting a job. So I applied for a job at the supermarket. They put me at the bakery. So that's how it all started.
Interesting. So it's a clear case of taking advantage of the opportunity that you saw. Very interesting. Okay.
Right,
so where do we begin?
So we start with the flour, making of the flour.
Okay.
Okay, so I hope I can give the recipes.
Yes.
Okay, so the flour, this is about 1 kilo of flour.
Okay. So this would be, if we're using 1 kilo of flour, that will, I mean, how many people can the pizza feed?
So we can get like 30 people.
30 people?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then today the crew has, it's bronia for them. There are a lot of interesting women and men behind the camera, behind the scenes, who are always praying that either I won't like the food or the food will not get finished so that they can eat some. So today there's plenty for them. Okay.
All right, so we have yeast, let's say about 50 grams of yeast.
Okay. So
50 grams,
yeast.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeast.
Is there a specific kind of yeast or?
Instant yeast.
Instant yeast. Yeah. Okay.
Then we have our salt here. So let's say about 10 grams of salt.
Okay. See, this is how you know you're working with the chef. He's giving you the measurements. So far we have about 1 kilo of flour. And is it pastry flour, soft flour?
Hard flour.
Hard flour,
yeah.
Because we are doing bread.
Yeah. So in Ghana we have only 2.
Yeah.
We have the soft and the hard.
Yeah. Okay, so this is hard flour. 1 kilo of hard flour. And then we've done, it was 50 grams
of yeast.
Instant yeast. And then
salt, 10 grams.
10 grams of salt.
Okay. Then we have oil. So oil is going to be 50 grams.
50 grams. This is normal vegetable oil?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there another oil that someone can use? Or
any other oil.
Oil?
We can use olive oil, can use sunflower oil.
Okay. So, all right.
Maybe water.
And then we need some water.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much water?
So water is going to be 600 grams.
600 grams.
Yeah.
Okay. The measurement sounds, is it because you do it often?
Yeah, it's because I've been doing it often.
Okay.
All the time.
So now we're just mixing everything together. So just a reminder, we have flour in there, we have instant yeast, we have some salt, we have some vegetable oil and some water as well. And you can look at the measurements on your screen, take notes of them, because when it comes to bread and pizza crust and all of that, the measurements are very important. Or chef, is that not it? Otherwise, you have a stone in your plate. Or it just won't rise. You need to be precise with some of the measurements. Okay. So is there a certain way that you have to mix it, or you just have to combine all the ingredients?
So this particular one, you just have to combine all the ingredients together.
Okay. So chef, I said I had a second question for you at the initial stages. You're Ghanaian.
I'm a Ghanaian.
You have the Stedner School of Baking in Ghana. Where is it located?
It's in Osu.
In Osu.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you get into Liberia?
So I have a friend, like a brother friend,
in
like we are in Ghana here. Okay. So he was transferred to Liberia. So he started telling me that over here, I think when you come here, when you set up the school here, we can do a lot of things here because they don't have anything of that sort in Liberia. Okay, so I went there for a survey. That was 2 years ago. And one difficult thing about Liberia is they transact business in USD.
Of course.
So that
changing the cities to USD.
So that was the headache. But along the way, my friend kept pushing. We have to start. So last year, we rented the place and we started. And God being so good, it's been amazing.
It's been amazing. Thank God for that. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, choose your friends wisely. His friend, first of all, got there, saw an opportunity, didn't keep the idea to himself, reached out to him, Chef Steve back in Ghana, and said, look, you need to do this here. Even when he was discouraged, he kept pushing him. And now they're doing amazing things and putting Ghana on the West African map. So I'm sure the next one will come soon.
Yeah, we are trying to establish another one in Gambia.
Gambia.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you're putting flour on the surface?
Yeah, just have to dust the surface.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why would you prefer to do it on the counter?
Because of the marble stone.
The marble stone.
Yeah.
It's better for the
it's
kneading.
better, yeah.
Okay. What's the difference between doing it on the marble and say on the wood?
So this one, the wood takes more time because
Okay.
the surface is wood.
Okay.
The marble is very firm and the surface is also cold as well. So it helps you to knead very fast.
Okay, interesting. I've learned something today. So he says using the marble is cold, so that helps you to knead fast because it doesn't, you've got oil in there, it doesn't disintegrate it.
Yeah.
Yes, almost like melt it, for lack of a better word. It doesn't do that. And then it's smooth.
Very
So
smooth.
that also allows you to really get your kneading done properly, as opposed to using wood or bamboo or any of the others. Okay. So when you are kneading, what's the end game? What's the goal of kneading?
Okay, so the dough has to be very smooth and fine.
Okay.
Okay. But this particular one, it's not a bread texture that you are looking for. It's a pizza. So we have like 10 minutes for us to knead.
Okay.
Then we rest the dough for an hour.
Okay.
So if this was to be on a chopping board, it would have been sticky.
It would have been sticky.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So this have to sit for 1 hour.
For 1 hour. Okay. And then rice. So this has to proof for 1 hour. Okay, sure. So while we're waiting for that, what do we need to prepare?
Okay, so you have to get our pizza sauce.
Okay, we get our pizza sauce
So
ready.
you have to start cutting the vegetables.
Okay. Okay. So we should go ahead with that. Where do we begin?
So we have to wash the tomatoes.
Okay. So we're going to use the chicken as a topping for the pizza.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are chicken breasts.
Yeah, chicken
right?
breast, yeah.
Okay. Is there a reason why we're using the chicken breast and not any other part of the chicken?
Anyway, you can use any other chicken of your choice, but chicken breast make the work so easier.
Okay. Is it because it doesn't have bones?
The boneless part of the chicken.
Okay, so you just cut it and you're good to go. Okay. Chef, I noticed that you're not cutting them small from the beginning. What's the reason?
Like right after spicing them on fire or boiling them a bit, they are going to shrink.
Okay.
So probably if you don't cut it this size, it's going to be much more smaller, and you have difficulties when you're flexing them.
Okay. So I hope you paid attention to that. If you cut the chicken breast too small, and that doesn't just go for this pizza or quesadilla recipe. When you're working with chicken breast, you cut it too small. Once it goes on fire, it starts being steamed or boiled, it shrinks. You cut it too small, you lose the chicken. So just keep that in mind.
Now, what are some of the spices you have here that we can use to spice?
Oh, I mean, what kind of flavor do you want? From Tasty Tom, we have the chicken spice.
I want a chicken spice.
Yes, we got the beef, we have shrimp. And then from Kivo, we have if you want the spicy, Ghanaian spicy kick, they have the Kivo hot pepper. We also have the 3-in-1, ginger, garlic, and onion. Then there's rosemary powder as well. That's also here.
So I want ginger.
Okay, so
ginger and garlic.
Okay, ginger, garlic, and onion. And take that for you. Yes. Okay. Any other?
Then the chicken.
The chicken
yeah,
spice.
chicken spice.
Tasty Tom chicken. Okay. So my friends at home, if you really want to taste the authentic way that we're doing it in the kitchen today, then go and look for your Kivo triple threat, as I like to call it, garlic, ginger, and onion 3-in-1, and then Tasty Tom chicken spice as well, so that you can really experience what I am experiencing here today.
So we can set it on fire.
Yes, we can. Front, back. This one. Okay. There
A
we
bit
go.
of water.
Okay. So we're adding water to this. Okay. Just a little or
Just
a
a
lot?
little.
Just a little bit of water. Okay. So we are steaming the chicken.
Yes. yes.
Okay, so chef, you're cutting the tomatoes,
Yeah.
but you're cutting them very precisely in a certain size and shape. Why are we doing this? What are we using these for?
We are going to use them for the sauce.
Okay.
So I just want them to be in this size.
Okay. Okay. But we're going to blend some.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the tomato sauce that when we are eating pizza, we see on top of the dough. Okay.
Pour everything here. Okay. So.
So this
we
is
add-
blended tomatoes and onions,
Onions.
just for those who are just joining us, the latecomers.
So we add tomato puree,
Okay.
Tasty Tom.
Tasty Tom. Original Tasty Tom. Okay, let me use this one.
Do we have anything like hot pepper here?
The hot pepper. Kivo has hot pepper.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get the hot pepper for you. Okay. Well, this is interesting. I've never seen it done this way before.
Oh, okay.
Usually it's on fire before we would add the tomato paste.
So with this particular recipe, you have to add everything, all ingredients together before you
Before
put
you
it on
put
fire.
it on fire.
Including
What's
oil.
the reason?
That is how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
This one is like a pizza sauce that we are
Okay.
making. It's not like
It's not like a stew that
stew
you're
whereby
eating
you
with
have to- yeah,
rice.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. The pepper is very hot, so
Oh, okay.
of all the things we've added, we've done blended tomatoes and onions. That's in there. And then we also added some Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix, tomato paste. And we just took kakra and then bebre, very important. And then we used some of our Kivo hot pepper as well, original Kivo hot pepper for that Ghanaian kick. We like our pepper, very important. And then we added about 100 grams
Around
of
200
vegetable
grams of
oil.
vegetable oil.
And chef is saying that when you're making a pizza sauce, it's not like doing stew that you eat with your rice or with your yam. You need to put all the ingredients together while they are cold in the pot, everything mixed, and then it goes on fire. So let's go for a break. This is still What's Cooking on Channel 1 TV. We're making a quesadilla pizza today with Chef Steve. We'll be right back.
Once upon a time, in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But oh, the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you please show me where the Presby Church is?
Oh, sure. Go straight. 10 left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Right after that tree, there is a watch cellar. If you reach, ask there. Anybody will show you.
Ba! Play into one young When the Black Stars stick to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. Why Fatika want to be dribble? The coach must go. The sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As we wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibe.
Have you at it? Mami Gobe nu, the cocono. One Garino.
These, my dear ones, are some few moments that makes our Ghana truly special.
And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lele rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Lele rice, ye nimno free tete. This advert is FDA approved.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
After this fufu and pepper soup, I go score goals like them the dash points.
Kivo 100% natural hot pepper. Good for your jollof, stew, soup, shito, spaghetti, and noodles. Kivo hot pepper. Moko show.
I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 100% natural hot pepper. Champion taste.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. We're having a fantastic time here on What's Cooking today. My name is Apiorkor and I'm here with Chef Steve. He's the CEO of Stedna Baking School, School of Baking. They're in Ghana, they're in Liberia, and they're doing some very Pan-African things, and we love to see it. Africa without borders. We're just claiming spaces. And it started from Ghana. So that's a great Ghanaian story, putting Ghana on the map, and Ghana is going to the world. Now, Chef Steve today is teaching us how to make a quesadilla pizza. Right, so we have a simple pizza that you can do at home. We've done our dough. We left it to rise or to proof. You can choose your term for about 1 hour or so. So it's ready, and you'll see how it's grown. It's just become this really big pillow that maybe you could put on your bed if you wanted to. And then we're having our tomato sauce go through the process of getting ready. Looks like it's pretty much done, actually.
It's ready, yeah.
And that's going to go on our pizza. When you eat a pizza, you see tomato sauce on it, that's there. And then our steamed chicken, which will also form one of our key toppings, is ready too. So we're going to continue with the process. But before we get into it, I would like to introduce you to my sponsors if you do not know them already. Kivo Hot Pepper is, look, they're really holding us down. They become a family member here on What's Cooking and Channel 1 TV. And this is what they have in their range. The Kivo Hot Pepper itself, so it's powdered red pepper, really potent, really spicy, really gives you a kick if you're looking for one in your meal. Regardless of whether it's a stew, a soup, just a coating, you can have that with Kivo Hot Pepper. Then we've got the rosemary powder, which I love for many, many reasons, but try it. It's great, it's flavorful, and it gives you the quintessential rosemary taste without having all the little sticks getting stuck in your teeth. Then we've got what I call the triple threat, garlic, onion, and ginger powder. We have that as well, and then a range of other things. And we come to the home of Tasty Tom. We've got our traditional old-time sake enriched tomato mix, which we've grown to love. It's actually a tomato paste. You can use that. Your stews, your soups, it will do the trick, do the magic. Then there's a range of spices. There's jollof, there's stew, there's shrimp, there's beef, there's chicken. You name it, you've got it. And the jollof mix. Tasty Tom jollof mix. Look, I won't even start, because when I start, I go on and on and on, and that will take up all the time. We're supposed to be cooking. But all I have to say is, if you're a lover of jollof, or if your jollof has not been jollofing, the Tasty Tom jollof mix will solve all your problems. Say amen. Amen. Now, Chef, where do we go from here?
We have to start chopping our vegetables.
Okay. How long did it take you to master the pizza making?
Within the week.
Hey, then you're a shark. In the culinary world, you're the reigning
I've had
champion.
about 13 years experience baking.
Okay, so learning it wasn't difficult. It's amazing.
And whilst learning too, I was practicing as well.
Okay, so our vegetables are nicely chopped according to the book of precision by Chef Steve. Love it. Our green peppers, our red onions, and then we're putting on our gloves because we're going to shred the chicken. Okay. All right, so we finished shredding the chicken, Chef. Looks brilliant. So this we're going to put aside so that when we roll out our dough for the pizza.
So it's going to be the topping for the pizza.
Okay, great. Now we have cheese.
Mozzarella cheese.
Mozzarella cheese, to be precise. Why is it that we use mozzarella cheese for pizza? I mean, apart from the fact that that's the recipe, from what you know about cheese and food and the way this particular cheese behaves, why do you think that's what they would use for?
This is the best option. You know, we have a lot of cheese. We can use cheddar in the rest. Okay. But this is the best option for pizza when you're doing pizza.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to prepare our pizza so that it can go into the oven. And we've preset our oven. Very important to take note of this. The temperature that we're looking at is between, Chef, 150 and 160 degrees Celsius. So you have a convectional oven, which is the case here, which uses either a fan or a fan and heat or just the heat, you know, whatever it is. But 150 or 160 degrees Celsius, okay? Pay attention to that. And then the setting, you know, when you are setting your oven, there are different icons, different symbols around the knob. That's, you know, the setting knob, it's there, okay? So you are looking for the one that will give you the heat both on the top and the heat on the bottom, right, Chef? Heat on the top, heat on the bottom. So you look at the icon, it has two straight lines, one at the top, one at the bottom, in a box. That's the one we are going for. All right. So our pizza, what are we doing?
So our dough is ready now.
Okay. And we're not making a round pizza.
No.
Interesting. Everybody expects pizza to be
just
round.
have to dust the surface first.
Okay. Still with our hard flour.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that dough. Wow. Like the cheeks of somebody I know. I won't mention names. So each one is a pizza.
Yeah, each one is just a portion that we can roll and use it at any time.
Okay. Why do you throw it from the side and not sprinkle it on top?
So I want it to spread all over.
Okay, so when you throw from that angle, it spreads. And for this part of the process, we need a rolling pin. So that's what Chef is using. For those who are not familiar with kitchen terms, this is a rolling pin. So like I said, our pizza is not going to be round. So I have vegetable oil here. I also have a basting brush, and I'm just going to, it's a very thin, very light coating, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm not pouring the oil inside.
So our dough is ready.
Okay, our pan is ready. So what happens next?
So I have to put
it so we need the pan. So what are we doing now?
I'm trimming the edges so that it will fit in the pan.
Okay, so it has to fit exactly. Yeah. Interesting. That's a square, but we also have a rectangle.
Okay.
I realize that as we lay it out and time passes by, it's rising again.
Rise again, yeah.
And that's what it should be.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Interesting.
That's how it's supposed to be very thick.
Okay.
Otherwise, the base of the pizza is going to be like a bread.
Like bread. Okay, understood. So you just have a normal tablespoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can even use your spatula if you don't have a tablespoon.
Okay. So it's not supposed to be a lot of sauce?
Not really.
Not really. Yeah. Oh, so the vegetables go before the cheese?
Yeah. Cheese is actually the last but one.
Okay.
In some cases, you can add a bit of cheese before spreading the vegetables. Okay. So if you're a fan of carrots, you can add carrots as well.
Okay. And these are vegetables you can easily find.
Yeah.
Green pepper, carrots, onions, they are everywhere. Okay. Okay.
So from here, we add our protein.
Okay.
Chicken breasts, minced meat, tuna flakes.
So the goal is to cover the surface.
Yeah, every part of it.
Okay. Now I understand why you need the tomato sauce to go everywhere. So that's like the glue.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is what is going to hold the protein, everything together. That's the mozzarella cheese.
Okay, the mozzarella cheese. Okay. Please let this one be very cheesy because I like cheese.
Yeah.
Some people are giving me evil eyes from behind the camera. So usually when I order pizza, then I ask for extra cheese. Sometimes extra.
Right, so we are done. So the last thing we're supposed to add is the oregano.
Oregano. It's right next to the rolling pin. Yes. Okay. It's a fresh bottle. Oregano. So oregano or oregano or oregano. Whatever you want to call it. It's an Italian herb. So just as we have basil, we have thyme, we have rosemary, we have parsley, all those beautiful, flavorful herbs. Oregano is one of those ones. And it's one of my favorites. So I'm happy that it's making it onto this pizza.
It's ready for
so that's it? Yeah, so I can put it right into the oven?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going into the oven. Go. Okay, chef. Pan number 2.
So let's do this together.
So now it's my moment of reckoning.
Yeah. So you bring this one.
So I should bring the other one.
Together.
Is this one ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can go together. How's it looking?
That's okay. Perfect.
Perfect. Yay! Chef says mine is perfect. All the people are giving me eyes. They should go away. So now I can start with the...
Yeah.
The green peppers we are spreading is all over.
All over.
All over. All over. This is a fun class. So if you have children, it's something that they can easily do. Chef, how am I doing?
I don't know.
Chicken time. So we just spread it.
All over again.
All over again. Chef, are you sure I'm doing well? Me, I don't want you. I want to do straight. I should go this way a little.
Yeah.
So the last thing is the cheese.
The cheese.
Okay.
Last but one.
Last but one. So now cheese. So the rest of the cheese is for me. I mean, not for me to eat, but for the pizza. This one too, all over. How's the first one doing?
Doing well.
So far, so good. Time to go in the oven. All right, so I put my oregano on my pizza. I almost forgot. Perfect save. But now it's time for us to go for a break. And when we come back, we'll sit, we'll eat, and we'll have more conversations with our chef for the day, Chef Steve. We'll be right back.
Playing for your country, enye easy. Scoring, enye easy. Avoiding injuries, enye easy. Winning, enye easy. But you know what be easy now? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Aye easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted groundnuts. Just add water, then sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy, made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
This advert is FDA approved.
Once upon a time, in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But oh, the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you please show me where the Presby Church is?
Oh, sure. Go straight. 10 left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Right after that tree, there is a water cellar. If you reach, ask there. Anybody will show you.
When the Black Stars stick to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. Why Fatika on to be dribble? The coach must go. The sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As we wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibe.
Mami Gobe nubi. The kokono. One garino. Me that said I be one na.
These, my dear ones, are some few moments that makes our Ghana truly special.
And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lily rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Lily rice, ye nimno free tete. This advert is FDA approved.
Wait, your tomato mix. What is so one on pass? Say loud, what tomato flavor no? Tasty Tom tomato mix. Oh, for kakra. Na ye bebre. For kakra young quine stew. Dodwa ope. No color changing like traffic light. Debia koko come on.
Tasty Tom dear. It will surely give you value for money. Me a chef, I know what I'm talking about. Because Tasty Tom tomato mix is thick, a little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup. Pepe.
Tasty Tom, I'm a mania Japan. Presenia and Nino IFFF. Taste no so dear. On point. Flavor new.
And it doesn't color your meat or chicken. Cry.
Tasty Tom tomato mixing tea. Me handwriting and sada. Then I need the it's customers bar never.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Me top papano at once. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
After this fufu and pepper soup, I go score goals like them the dash points.
Kivo 100% natural hot pepper. Good for your jollof, stew, soup, shito, spaghetti, and noodles. Kivo hot pepper. Moko show.
I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 100% natural hot pepper. Champion taste.
This advert is FDA approved.
We're still having a glorious time here on What's Cooking on Channel 1 TV. My name is Apiorkor, and my guest today has been Chef Steve. He's the CEO of a very interesting outfit. We'll talk a little bit more about that, about how he's carried what he's doing in Ghana, has an outfit in Liberia, and his dream is to spread it across West Africa. Just evangelizing through food, really. I want us to thank our sponsors, Tasty Tom Ufa Kakra na Aye Bebre. And by now, you should be familiar with the range of things that Tasty Tom has to offer. The enriched tomato mix, the classic tomato paste is still there, up for grabs, but we also have a range of interesting spices, the chicken spice, the stew spice, the jollof spice, and the Tasty Tom jollof mix. Can't get enough of it. And thank you to Kivo Hot Pepper. They've got the Kivo Hot Pepper there as well. The quintessential pepper that we need to add a little bit of spice to our meals. But also the triple threat, as I like to call it. 3-in-1 onion, garlic, and ginger. And rosemary powder as well. Chef, our pizza is ready.
Yeah.
All right, and this is a finger food, right? So we're just going to eat with our hands.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to pick it up in a certain way, or no? No, just be cool about it. Okay, oh, it's still hot. It's nice and hot. So you just pick it? Yeah. All right, good. Okay, so Chef, tell me, there's, a lot going on your side of town, the things that you're doing. What kind of students come to you when it comes to pastry chefing, baking, when they come to learn? What are they learning from you?
So they come around to learn how to bake. Some choose the pastry, some also choose the bakery aspect, but mostly always goes with the cakes. Yeah, we have students right after school, tertiary coming, and some also, a few of them right from SHS, but mostly workers like bankers, nurses, every aspect of.
That's interesting. So you have those who are coming to learn a trade, those who are coming to follow their passion, and then those who just want to learn. Okay, so those who are just doing it at home, it's not on a commercial basis. Interesting. So what times do you run the class? Like, do people come after work? How does it work?
Okay, so we have short classes that we run, like 5 days classes. That one is for workers that they don't have time to come for the regular class. So we select days, particularly mostly ending of the month, and then a bit of the things that we do, probably cake, pastries, bread, desserts. We mix all together, about, let's say, 16 or 10 of the things together, and we advertise for them to sign up, and they do. Then we have a regular classes that you choose pastries, probably sign up for pastry classes. It's Monday to Thursdays, and the time is 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, each day.
Okay, so then that's usually those who are learning it as a trade, as a profession. They will usually come around that time. What's it like teaching people? Do you have people who come and they've never worked with anything pastry before or baking?
We've had a lot of them.
What's it like?
A lot. The initial stages is always a bit difficult because you have to explain to them, this is hard flour. In Ghana we have only two. We have the hard and the soft flour. You have to explain to them and the scientific aspect of the whole baking thing. Over there we use digital scale to measure the ingredients. We don't use the analog. So that's where we find a bit difficult with them. But I think a day or two, they get used to that and they are able to maneuver.
What's cooking? Hi. No, I can smell this nice aroma.
You can smell
it? And I know it's pizza. Man. Chef. Charlie.
Why are you a pizza
even
chef?
Before I taste it, you are good.
But why are you ignoring my questions? Why don't you want to look me in the eye?
Okay, that's your question.
It's so rude. Chef, this is my neighbor.
Yes.
He calls himself the Taster General, so I'm not even going to fight you today. I just don't have the energy.
No, you don't have to have any energy. Let me grab me a plate. Let me pick the
Hey, so no, please, no.
Hello, please.
Why, God, why me? Of all people, why?
Chef, these days scoring marks is not easy,
Yeah,
so you have to be serious about it. What's the name of your restaurant?
About what?
About grading. I have to do full circle. I don't want to disturb anybody.
Your GPS didn't tell you that it wasn't a circle that we baked the pizza.
No.
Your GPS doesn't know shapes.
No. And I didn't come snooping around too. So, chef.
So you admit that you snoop?
No, Snoop Dogg.
Please. So, chef.
Can I get some drink? Because this one is light.
Goodness. My
Yeah.
goodness.
Yes.
Over to you.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else to say before I continue my conversation?
You're welcome.
Yes.
You are welcome. Ish.
Mm.
Chef, let me come back to you. So,
drink something.
in Liberia, what's it like there? You know, how do people react to you knowing that your team? Do you have Liberians who also work in the school there?
Yeah, we have a Ghanaian there together with my friend that I told you about.
Yes.
Like he's the one managing the whole school.
Okay.
Then we have a senior chef there that came from Ghana. Then the rest they are all Liberians.
Oh, that's amazing. So how do people react to the fact that this big school that has come to Liberia is owned by a Ghanaian?
And I think the fact that we are Ghanaian is also sealed the whole aspect of the school. Once they see that you are a Ghanaian, they trust. In fact, they love Ghanaians. So once you are coming from Ghana, you are a good guy. So they always come. Even there are some of them that when they come to Ghana, they always want to visit the branch we have here to see us and have a conversation with us.
And I'm sure
so far I think they are enjoying.
because during their crisis, we welcome them here.
Of course, they love us. We have a great
because they have so
reputation.
much love for Ghanaians there.
It's amazing.
So all the Ghanaians companies that I've seen there, they are doing so well.
But why do you want to go to Gambia?
So it's the same thing. My friend, the mother came from Gambia. So he grew up in Gambia for about, I think, about 10 years. So he has a friend, families there as well. So we are trying to go, by next year I think we should start operating there. That's all.
Interesting. How is it?
Is this all season? Or which one is this?
There's chicken on. Can't you taste the chicken? There's chicken on it.
I see the chicken, yeah.
Quesadilla, chicken quesadilla pizza.
Quesadilla?
Yeah.
Oh, mi casa è su casa. Makes my Italiano.
No. Which Italiano? You alone. You are Italian, you are Danish. Which one again?
They are
Scottish?
My neighbors.
British?
No, any
ish.
Ish.
Chef, I just have one for people who want to learn how to be pastry chefs. What's one piece of advice that you would give them? Because like we're saying, there are different kinds of chefs. And unfortunately, even with the pastry chef profession, a lot of people are focusing on the cakes and the pies. What's one piece of advice that you give to someone who says, I want to be a pastry chef?
So it takes a lot. I think when you start learning, you have to be practicing. That's what is making the whole thing complete for you. Because if you learn today and you don't practice, you are waiting for a particular time, there's not like a good time for you to start baking. So once you start learning, you have to practice and accept your errors. Try and get a mentor that will always tell you that, okay, you had this wrong, you had this right. So going forward, I think you should do this more. And it's about being consistent as well.
Consistent. No, because it's very technical.
Yeah.
And like you said, very scientific.
Yeah.
Like what we did with the dough, if you don't get the measurements right, you have a problem. If you don't put let the dough sit for a certain amount of time, you have a problem. It's very interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Chef Steve, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're
How
welcome.
can we reach you?
So 050421238.
Slowly.
Okay, so I have a website, chefsteveghana.com. You can reach me there. Probably if you want to sign up for a one-on-one class, one-on-one can come to your home and come and train you.
Okay.
And also you can call me on 050421238.
Okay, wonderful. ChefSteveGhana.com.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Chef Steve, for joining us today. It's been an honor, it's been a pleasure, and it's been fun. Taster General, what is your verdict?
Numero uno, Chef Steve.
Hey, this one too is from where?
Yes,
because I'm not even going to. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. This has been What's Cooking. Once again, a very big thank you to Kivo Hot Pepper and Tasty Tom Uvakakra Naye Bebre for holding us down here on the show. My name is Apiorkor. We'll see you next time.